All right. Today's presentation, my name's Rory Powers. I'm going to be showcasing the automated bots here at Right Line Trading. We call it our AI Auto Trader. And the name of the presentation, AI Powered Trading Bots, Profits on Autopilot. So let's go ahead and let's get started. We've got some really great technology. We're leveraging some advanced machine learning algorithms that also we've integrated some artificial intelligence into. And I really believe that we're really at the forefront, technologically speaking, in this niche compared to what our competitors are doing. We've got a really sophisticated, powerful set of bots, a diversified portfolio that I'm going to be talking about today. Before we get started, it's important to know that I am not a licensed financial advisor. If you're not familiar with the risks associated with trading, we always recommend consulting with a licensed financial advisor so you're aware of the risks. You could lose your entire trading account. With that being said, let's get started. I think one of the characteristics that distinguishes Right Line Trading from our competitors is our transparency. And we actually trade these bots on a live market Monday through Friday. Not only the bots, but our other trading systems as well. David Wise is a regular. We've had the Mr. David Kushner and Craig Emery, and they're all on YouTube in front of the world, showcasing our software and our trading systems. And everybody's always welcome to join us and check it out on YouTube. I think it really says a lot about the ownership here. And you listen, when you're buying some software in a trading system, sometimes you don't want to jump in head first without at least seeing what kind of signals that the system provides you with. And we certainly give you that opportunity every morning, Monday through Friday, on our YouTube live stream. So we do invite you to come check us out. One of my favorite testimonials and one of my favorite members is Marcia. Marcia made a beautiful video testimonial, and she was just so ecstatic. Really, what motivated her to do this? It's not something we asked her to do, but she felt compelled to do it. And I'll tell you why. Her experience prior to coming to Right Line Trading, her only trading experience was she bought a bot from a vendor that sold bots that ran on Forex, on the Forex pairs. And they kind of talked a good game and got her into it. And they delivered it and wished her well. And she never heard from them again. They kind of left her high and dry, and they didn't have very good instructions. She didn't know how to set it up or even run it. So to say the least, she came to us with a bad taste in her mouth from her experience with that Forex vendor. They're unfortunately that was the business practice that they were practicing. So when Marcia came to us, it was she came to us as a complete newbie. As far as the spectrum of experience levels, with the far left being a complete newbie, somebody who's totally green to trading, never traded before. On the far left of that spectrum, to the far right of the spectrum, being a professional trader, somebody that trades every single day for a living. And this is what they do. That's the far right. Well, we have a community that has the full range from the far left to the far right and everything that falls in between. Marcia, I can honestly tell you, when she came to us, was at the far left. She didn't know anything about trading futures, and she was amazed at the success that she was able to achieve in such a short amount of time. The learning curve was, just like within 30 days of starting trading the AI Auto Trader, she was able to achieve 10 fully funded prop accounts with Apex. And she talks about it in this video. This is someone who's never traded futures. Within the first 30 days of trading, passed 50,000 evals and now has $500,000 in trading capital within 30 days. Well, she was beside herself. She was so incredibly grateful. She gave credit to not only the AI Auto Trader, but our community of traders in Discord, and the customer support that she received here at Right Line Trading. Because you see, the big difference between us and that Forex vendor that she had kind of got burnt with to begin with was when you come aboard with Right Line Trading, it's the beginning of a long term and what we hope is to be a profitable relationship, a win-win relationship. We're not going to pat you on the back and wish you the best of luck and never hear from us again. We're going to provide you with ongoing support. We're going to trade the system with you live every morning for free on YouTube. And we're going to provide you with ongoing support and make sure that you have all the information, the tools, everything at your fingertips to succeed. And that's the big difference when you come aboard with Right Line Trading. See, our mission here is to develop innovative trading strategies that provide our members with an edge. That's what it's all about. When you're a trader, the bottom line is we want to have an edge over the other traders. We want to have a tool that's more sophisticated, that's more technologically advanced or powerful than they do. Something that's going to allow us to extract profits out of these financial markets on a consistent, and that's the key word, is on a consistent basis. We want to be able to have a tool that's going to be able to provide us with consistent profits. And that's the key. We've been blessed because along the way, we've really built a beautiful community of traders that all support one another on this journey. And that's really what it is. It's not a straight road of straight to the top. We have all of these emails in our inboxes about how easy it is and how much money we can make and how fast we can make it. And when we jump in, we realize, hey, it's not exactly as they describe it in those emails. So it's really great to be part of a community of traders. I always say there's power in numbers. And if you can learn what's working, or sometimes even more important, what's not working from members of a community, that's power. There's power in numbers. And most importantly, with Mark Miller, the owner, the core military values that he brings to the table of honesty, transparency, integrity, those are at the forefront of everything that we do here at Right Line Trading. Just for very quickly, and I know it's Friday, yay. I'm looking forward to the weekend too. So I don't want to keep you long, but I do have a great presentation. We're going to do a recap of the month of May. And I'm going to explain to you why we're having so much success. And, even more exciting that we're having success is our members are having success. To me, spiritually, it's more important than myself winning at trading. I have a full-time job here. I do well. To see our members making money trading and succeeding, to me, is more exciting and more spiritually rewarding than anything. And trust me, I really do care. So I want to recognize very briefly my team here at Right Line Trading. We have a very educated, experienced, I'd like to think that we're good looking team here at Right Line. And I'm going to first introduce our traders. First is our futures traders. We have two really great revenue streams here at Right Line Trading with futures and stocks and options. First, our futures traders. We have Mr. Craig Emery, who's developed. It's really great to see somebody new. If you've never seen Craig or David Kushner or David Wise, whoever it is, even a professional trader with another company, it's always fun to watch somebody's style. Everybody has their own unique style and their own niche and their own way of extracting money out of the market. I always say there's more than one way to skin a cat. Well, Craig Emery developed his own unique style on trading the NASDAQ. And he's really come along from when I first met him, which was several years ago. When he came to us, he had purchased many other, software trading systems, and just couldn't find his groove. And he's really found his groove here at Rightline. Mr. David Kushner is our prop trading extraordinaire. I liken him to like David Wise. These guys are like robots. They have a unique ability to stick to their rules and not enter a trade until all of their conditions have been met. You see, they have a checklist of conditions that must be met in order for them to enter a trade. And they're very disciplined and they're very patient. And not many of us can do that. But these guys are very much like a robot without human emotion. So David Kushner leverages our trading system and signals to trade his prop accounts, where David Wise trades the SPY super system with amazing accuracy, close to a 90% win rate. David is a leader in the Reddit community of traders. If you've never had an opportunity to check out David Wise, even if you're not an options trader, just listening to his rationale and his wisdom is very valuable information. So behind the desks here at Rightline Trading is Mr. Brock Miller. He's my right-hand man. He's a college student, and he's getting his degree in computer science. Then we have our engineers and our computer science, master's degree holders, the smart ones. We have Charles Sider. He's a graduate from UCLA. He has his degree in computer science and engineering. And let me tell you something. I can tell you firsthand, this guy is an engineer to the bone. Everything must be perfect. The I's dotted, the T's crossed. He's meticulous. And that's good. That's a good thing. My wife and I used to have a guy that cleaned our car. He would come over and clean our cars maybe once a month. And he had what do they call it? Attention deficit disorder. He would get completely involved in the task at hand, and everything had to be so perfect that he was the best car washer in the world. Well, that's kind of like Charles. Everything has to be perfect, and that's really a good thing, because when we're trading and we're putting our capital at risk, that's what you want. You want somebody like that developing your trading system, rather than somebody that has a bunch of loose ends out there. So Sergio Luque Rodriguez, he has his master's degree as well in computer science. He graduated from FIU down here in Florida. And let me tell you something, Sergio, over the years, I've been working with Sergio here at Rightline Trading going on 10 years. Sergio's been with us. And I've seen him develop software based on complex mathematical algorithms, mathematical modeling. And now it's progressed to this new technology with artificial intelligence. You see, when Mark Miller purchased the company, he went into a collaboration with a world-renowned AI lab. And Sergio was the main beneficiary of really an education. And they taught Sergio how to integrate artificial intelligence into NinjaTrader 8 language and integrate that technology into our software. And we did it years ago, and it's really paid off because our trading system is working as designed. So Sergio is our software developer, and he's been with us for about 10 years. Our team is led by Mr. Mark Miller. He has his MBA from Cal State. He's a U.S. Army vet. He brings those core military values that I described earlier. It's just a little bit of a backstory. Mark Miller purchased the company from Mark Sachs about 3 years ago. And, Mark Sachs was he was a professor. He was a professor of mathematics at Thomas Jefferson University. Extremely intelligent, one of the smartest guys I've ever met in my life. Anyway, he left us this beautiful foundation of indicators that were all based on mathematical modeling. And when he passed the baton to Mark Miller, his expertise, his experience lies in automation and robotics. He's also an engineer, and he does have his MBA from Cal State. So I always refer to it as the perfect handoff, the perfect handoff. So that's our team, and it's really been our number one goal is to provide our members with an edge. A little bit about the voice you hear behind the screen. My name's Rory Powers. I reside down in South Florida, right by the Homestead Air Force Base. I like to call it the suburbs of Miami. We're just south of Miami, just north of the Florida Keys. And besides trading the financial markets, watching the Miami Dolphins lose every Sunday, my other passion is saltwater fishing. Oh, I love fishing. Um, this picture is a recent fishing trip that we took. Mark Miller is pictured here. Sergio Luque is over here, and myself. We went out in the Florida Keys and caught a tremendous grouper, about a 20 or 25 pound grouper, kingfish and some snappers. When we got back to the dock, this restaurant in the background cooked really the freshest fish we ever had. These fish that we caught, they cooked them, right off as soon as we got off the boat. But let me tell you, the catch of a lifetime, my best catch ever, was my beautiful wife. My wife and I were blessed with two beautiful girls, and they all share a birthday in March. Not the same day, but the same month. So they're all born. All three were born in March. And my goodness, my wife and I are just so blessed to have two beautiful girls. But my wife is a half marathon runner. She's also an RN with a big insurance company, a national insurance company. But it's a miracle I caught up to her because this girl can run like the wind. She's a runner. But I did catch her, and she was the catch of a lifetime. So enough about me. Let's keep it moving. The genesis of the AI auto trader it's our lack of consistency as traders. I have the privilege, and I do consider it a privilege, of answering the phones here at Right Line Trading. It's I'm a people person. I really love talking to people, and it's really over the years. I'm going on my 12th year now, and I've known people, for as long as I've been here. Some people were even here before I got here. And getting to know people over the years of just taking your orders or answering your questions or sending you something that you need. It's really been a great pleasure in my life to get to know so many traders. But I've learned from answering the phones here that we all share the same struggles. I just want you to know you're not alone. And it was kind of assuring because I thought maybe it was just me. We all struggle with the lack of consistency. We can, most of us can put together a few winning, days or have a great week. But when it comes to true consistency over several months, that's where a lot of us are missing the boat, and it's very frustrating, and to say the least. So our trading journey, I always like to say, is filled with potholes and speed bumps. And this is my favorite slide of this entire presentation because it really sums up the entire frustration that we feel. What the slide, in my words, what it is portraying is you have this nice professional lady. She looks very conservative, easygoing. She's dressed professionally in her business suit. And she has her desk here that she's and in this picture, what she's watched is her trading account, which started a very healthy, hardy trading account, but she has watched it slowly dwindle down to almost nothing. And over the course of maybe 6 or 8 months or 6 or 8 weeks, who knows, now that it is come to a boiling point. This anger and frustration over the last several months has festered and it's built up, and now it's bursting out at the seams. This nice woman has resorted to taking the old sledgehammer out of her bottom drawer, and she's ready to smash that computer monitor into smithereens. I mean, she's absolutely convinced that there's a conspiracy going on between her broker, the market maker, her prop firm. She doesn't know who exactly, but she knows that they're out to get her stops, and it's not a level playing field. Okay, and it's come to a boiling point. And I don't know about you, but I can relate 100% to that feeling because I've blown out a dozen trading accounts in the course of my trading career. So this has been really my team's goal, is to bring this lack of consistency to an end. We've really all experienced the same problems, trouble with making money on a consistent basis. And really, I think the number one reason, sure, we buy indicators that lag price or that lack of proven trading methodology. But listen, we all suffer. We're all human beings. We all have human emotions. They call it, what do they call it? They say you have emotional issues. When you hear someone say, well, your trading problems are probably because you have emotional issues. When I heard someone say that, I thought of, somebody that's, crazy in the head, that maybe on the side of the road with a drinking problem, a homeless guy, or someone sitting on their psychiatrist's couch, telling the good doctor where it all went wrong. But that's not what they're talking about. What they're talking about is, as humans, we all share in these personality traits. I was watching the Investors Summit where Chris Vermeulen, who's an expert in the field, did a study on human personality traits, on whether or not these personality traits lend well to being a good disciplined trader. And what he found was, out of the 10 core traits that we all share, and just to name a few, you have the driver, the analytical, the emotional. Those are a few of those core personality traits that we all share. What he found in the course of his study, that only maybe one or two tops lends well to being a good disciplined trader. Somebody who could kind of filter out all of that outside noise, the phone ringing, the job, the wife, the kids, or the revenge trading when you're taking a beating, you take a losing trade or two and you try to get it all back, or you're making impulsive decisions that are not based on the technicals. Those are the problems that we share. And what he found was only one or two out of these 10 traits lend well to being a good disciplined trader. So it's not our fault. We can listen, it's in our genetics. If you're one of those, if you're 85% or 90% of us that suffer from these these core personality traits that don't lend well, there is hope. I come with a message of hope today. And that's what I want to, that's why I'm so excited to show you today this AI auto trader. You see, we've narrowed it down to two things that we believe, in fact, we know they're going to create trading success. Number one, you have to have the proper tool set, just with any task that you want to get done in life. When you want to get a job done, you want to come to the job site with the proper tool set, right? You don't want to go into a trading session, with let's say Ninja Trader 7. We're all familiar with Ninja Trader, or an outdated trading platform that, is a dinosaur these days, or with indicators that are lagging price and providing you fake signals, bad signals for entries. We don't want to go to battle And that's kind of what this is when we go into our trading session. We don't want to go into battle with a tool that's not that's not superior to our competitors. Number two, because we suffer from these core personality traits that sabotage our results, we need software that can automatically get us in and out at the most opportune and ideal times when risk is at its lowest and the chances of getting a profitable trade are at its highest, right? So the benefits from using our AI auto trader are they eliminate, I like to refer to it as stepping on a banana peel. These human errors are what sabotages us. These emotional issues that we bring into our trading game are sabotaging our results. They sabotaged mine for a decade. I wanted to pull the hair out of my head and I just couldn't figure it out. And listen, and over the years, it gets quite expensive. I've talked to so many people on the phone. They're like, Rory, man, I must have lost $100,000 or $200,000, and and they over the years, and they add it up in their head, and it's a significant amount of money. The nice part about this AI auto trader is it eliminates all of the human emotions out of your trading. You see, with this technology, and it leverages artificial intelligence, and unless you've, and I don't say this out of disrespect, but unless you've been, living under a rock, uh, we happen to be in an AI revolution. An AI revolution. Artificial intelligence now is working its way into every sector of our economy. Why? Because these bots or these chips really, they can process an enormous amount of data in milliseconds and make an output that's highly more accurate than what us humans can do. It's just a fact. Just to name a few of the sectors of our economy that it's worked its way into: entertainment and media, energy, agriculture, education, transportation and logistics, retail and e-commerce. Number two, finance. Did you know that 95% of large institutions, that's hedge funds and investment firms, are trading with AI algos? Number one sector is healthcare. And let's really pray for a breakthrough in some of these diseases. But the AI technology is working its way into every sector, and it's making our output on our trading systems that much more efficient. So it's going to, and I'm going to go into a little bit of detail without putting you to sleep. But the message to take away from it is when you think of an automated bot in the past, you thought of a bot that maybe overtraded, took too many trades, that went stale after market conditions changed. If it was a ranging, choppy market, it got beat to pieces. It did good if it trended, but any other market condition, it didn't do well. Well, all of those problems of the past, AI has been a solution, has been the solution. So one of the most common questions I get is, Rory, why do you think you're having so much success with this AI auto trader? And the reason is these bots will automatically, dynamically, and what I mean by dynamically is while you're trading, they will automatically change the inputs of the strategy template. Excuse me for just a second. Okay, I'm sorry. my kid, my kids just ran into the room. Okay, so the um, the main takeaway is that these bots are dynamically changing and optimizing their own inputs based on the average true range of the market, based on the times that they historically do the best. They'll change their trading session hours. They place their stop and their profit targets. It's incredible. It's a closed loop system that looks at the past 5 or 10 trades. It looks at the maximum favorable excursion, the MFE, and it looks at the maximum adverse excursion. And let me tell you, these are very complex calculations that it does with big numbers and a lot of data. And it will instantly, in a millisecond, put your stop and your profit target in the perfect place based on the average true range of the current trading environment. Listen, this is a very news-driven market. We can go from a choppy, ranging market to a trending market as quick as a news report is released or a tweet or an overseas incident, a geopolitical incident, or like today, Jamie Dimon, giving a speech, caused this huge meltdown. The market is bouncing back a little, but that's the point, is that the market conditions change very quickly. If you don't have a bot that's going to dynamically change its own inputs midstream while you're trading, then you have an outdated system. Okay, it's gonna hurt you. So stick around. I'm also going to be talking about our prop trading customized templates, and those are the ones that we've been really crushing it with. And I'm really excited to show you that. I'm going to show you a really short video. So I just want to touch on the 3 or 4 different points on where our AI is being integrated. It's a very common question. I get a lot of people call me and they ask me, they said, how exactly is the AI working in this? It's working in 3 or 4 different ways. Number one, I've touched on 2 or 3 of them already. The one that I haven't touched on, I will now. Coded right in to the strategy parameters. And I always like to bring the strategy over just to show it to you. And I'll do it today as well. If you look at the strategy parameters, if I go to the AI Auto Trader, what my slide is talking about here is the pattern recognition. The pattern recognition is we have very sophisticated ways, very clever ways to manage these trades. One of the ways we manage the trades, we can go for very ambitious profit targets, but if the market is ranging, obviously we're not going to get a very ambitious profit target. So we've integrated some very savvy, I want to say, clever ways of being able to lock in profits without going the full excursion. One of them is with our candlestick pattern recognition. You see, if one of the ones that we use, for example, are the engulfing candles. If we're in a long trade and the trade is maturing nicely to the upside and we're making some nice money on the move, but it hasn't quite reached our profit target yet, and all of a sudden we get this big, ugly, bearish engulfing candle, well, the system is going to recognize that candlestick and it's going to immediately take you out of the trade and take profits at that point. Another way that we can manage these trades with an ambitious profit target and make money without going the full excursion. Let's just say our first profit target in this example is 100 ticks, and our stop, we're going to put at 20 ticks. So we have what we call our break even plus or minus. We can go to break even. Once this trade, let's say, goes to 50 ticks, we're going to go to break even plus 20 or break even plus 25. So it goes 50 ticks, we lock in 25 ticks of profit. Now, let's say now we have our next leg is on our profit target window. We could put our profit target window at 15 ticks, which means if we go to plus 85, or just 15 ticks from our profit target, now my stop is going to pop up from plus 25 to plus 70. You see, it's going to go 15 ticks behind price. So price matured to plus 85. We're just 15 ticks away from our profit target. So our stop goes to 15 ticks below price at 70. So now we've locked in 70 ticks to profit. So the worst case scenario, if we're on the NASDAQ, we're going to make $350 on that trade with one contract. However, if the trade continues and goes to our profit target, it gets to full 100, well, then you're going to make $500 on that. So those are some of the ways that we can lock in profits along the way and still go for an ambitious profit target. We also have our Smart Stop 3, where we attach our stop to our 15 EMA. We can put this first profit target up to 2 or 3 or 400 ticks in a trending market, and the system will automatically adjust it to that. And we can attach our stop to our 15 EMA. So we'll stay in that trade. If it's a long trade, we'll stay in that long position until our 15 EMA changes colors. It goes from green to yellow or red. A 15 EMA is really a great indication of momentum. And when momentum wanes, it's going to take you out of that move and lock in profits. One other thing I wanted to cover while I have this open is the system has 4 different triggers for entries. It's looking at the relative strength index. We have a pullback and go. We have a breakout. We have a reversal. We've got some really great triggers for this system. Well, this machine learning system also is going to learn which triggers work the best in which environment. And it's amazing what this system does. And it's only going to trigger the trades that historically does the best in the environment that you're currently in. So it selects which trigger to take out of the 4 triggers. One of my favorite components is the trading hours. You see, the technology that we're using, every bot runs in tandem with what we call a drone. When you think of a drone, you think of something that flies over the environment to get a bird's eye view of the landscape. It gets a landscape view of what's below, and it sends back the intel to whoever the user is, and it tells them a bird's eye view of what the whole overall landscape looks like. Well, that's what the bot and the drone do. You see, they both take the trade in tandem, and the drone is going to trade 23 hours a day, and it's going to share a database with your bot right on your computer, okay? And it's going to tell the bot, this is amazing, it's going to run through the Asian Open, through the London Open, through the New York Stock Exchange, and it's going to tell your bot when it performs the best. It might do well for an hour or two in the London Open. It might do well at the New York Stock Exchange Open. Who knows? But it's data-driven decisions that these bots are going to do. Everything that it does is all driven by the data that this machine learning algorithm is processing through its brain. And it does it lightning fast, okay? So it could put up to 3 different trading session hours, and these are also going to continuously optimize itself, okay? So the inputs never get stale. I talk to people, they're like, man, I got this bot, and it's like a second job. You know, I gotta tweak it, I gotta optimize it, I gotta run a test on it, you know, they're wed to this thing. They've got an anchor, a chain and ball with this bot because they have to continuously optimize it. With this is something that is self-optimizing, okay? Self-optimization. That's why we're having so much success with this. Here's my daughter again. Okay. So just to reiterate really briefly, is the drones are looking at the average true range of the market. It's positioning your stops, profit targets. It's selecting the signal that does the best historically, and it's dynamically changing while you're trading during the session. And it's using those candlestick pattern recognition component. The trading session hours is just incredible. I'm going to show you some real world examples. The drone's running 23 hours. The times of the day it does poorly, the bot will sit on its hands and not trade during those times. It's all about, listen, with automation, it's all about filtering the losers. Listen, we can all find winning trades. What really distinguishes a good trader from just a break-even trader is the ability to sit on your hands and sidestep the losers. Oh my God, is that the difference? That's what makes David Wise, David Kushner, or any other profitable trader profitable, is they're able to sidestep the losers. They can sit on their hands at the expense of watching a winning trade pass them and stick to their rules and only take the trades that they feel they have the highest percentage chance of winning. And that's really the key of being a successful trader. And that's what the prop firms are betting that you can't do. Okay, but let's, I'm going to save that to when we get to the prop trading. Listen, it is an automated system and I don't want to overcomplicate things. I just don't want you to think that this is a black box system and you don't have an understanding of what's under the hood. Because in the strategy parameters and in our tutorial videos and our guide and our user's guide, we give you all of the information on how to work this system. We also do everything for you, which is important to know. So let's go. It is an automated system. Don't get caught up in the minutia. We're going to provide you with all of the answers to the test. What I mean by that is we're going to provide you with pre-formatted templates that have all of the inputs already checked off. Okay, so don't get nervous. One of our best bots, wait till I show you this. One of our best bots is the ES30 Range Bot. It was shared to us by one of our clients, Robert. Robert, over the course of the past 6 months, was up over $60,000 trading this bot on just one contract. Since I've been running it from March 1st to April 28th, and I am going to show you the month of May, just to give you a little bit of a history of this bot. But the ES30 Range Bot, look at this, from March 1st through the end of April, it was up $15,427 after commissions on our computers here. What did it do in May? You know, I always say, what have you done for me lately, right? It was real nice you did well in March and April, you know, but we're very demanding. We want to know, what have you done for me lately? What did you make for me today? Well, in the month of May, I'm happy to tell you that this same bot, this ES30 Range ABC Star Bot, is up $6,000. If I uncheck this ES30 Range Bot for the month of May is up $6,700. This is trading just one contract, okay? If you look at the max drawdown on this, the max drawdown is $1,970. That's the max drawdown. I always get asked, Rory, how big of an account do I need? Do I got to be rich to run this thing? If you were to run just this one bot this month and had, let's say, a $5,000 account, you would have had plenty of breathing room there. You would have been just fine. So to trade one mini, I always get asked what size account. You know, to trade one mini, you know, a $5,000 account, you can get away with it. Anything that you can add to that is going to give you some extra cushion and breathing room. Our goal is always to make some money, build your account, and then scale up. And then we want to leverage their money to really to get a steeper equity curve in our account without putting our own capital at risk. And we could do that with a live account or a prop account. It makes no difference. So this is just incredible numbers, $6,700 in the month of May. In the month of May, just this one bot. Now listen, most people would be thrilled, ecstatic, if they had just one bot that could do that. I mean, we are so blessed here at Right Line Trading. We have numerous bots in our toolbox that have the potential to put up numbers like that. One of the other bots that does very well, also running on the E-mini, is the ES Volkswagen, I call it, the ESVW. The ESVW from March 10th to April 30th made $22,000. This is a bot that trades in a very specific time of the day. It loves that 10 o'clock window. At 10 a.m., for some reason, it kicks in and it always finds a beautiful trade at 10 a.m. Well, what have you done for me lately, VW? VW this month made $7,000 more. $7,000 more in the month of May. That's trading one contract. Now, it's important to know that this isn't a smoke and mirrors game that I'm playing with you. Okay, this isn't a back test on the strategy analyzer. This is actual trades taken on a live market. Okay, trading one contract over the course of the entire month. This over the course of the entire month, this bot took 36 trades. It won 66%, 2/3 of them. The profit factor was 1.64. Very nice. Our average winning trade was not as high as our average losing trade, but we have a very nice winning percentage. So just under 70% we're winning. So if our risk to reward isn't exactly 1-to-1, we're okay with that kind of winning percentage. But listen, if it's not broke, for the love of God, don't fix it. So if we can make $7,000 a month trading this strategy, which is pretty much what it's been doing, we're not going to change a thing. That ESVW has just been killing it. And then not last but certainly not least is the power play. The power play, I want to show you this strategy. The power play is really one of my favorites. It's, the NASDAQ is almost like an addiction. It's kind of like, I liken it to driving a fancy Italian sports car, a sexy sports car that like a Lamborghini or a Maserati, the NASDAQ, it's fast money. You get in and bam, you can make $500 or $1,000 in just a minute or two. Well, that's kind of like the power play. The power play, the spirit of this strategy, I'm going to set up the video. And this was a trade that we did yesterday in our YouTube live stream. In our YouTube live stream, we trade the power play strategy every morning. It's really one of our favorites. And I'm going to set the trade up. What this video is going to show is the power play bot. And the spirit of this strategy is it trades between 9:32. Okay, it waits a few minutes after the market opens, and it trades between 9:32 and 10:30. Between 9:32 and 10, the market's just open and it's cranked up. There's really good volume. A lot of times really fast moving. It's good follow through most of the time. It's, just that time of the day, there's a lot of volatility. So we're getting into these trades at that volatile time of the day, and we're using a trade copier across several prop accounts in our live stream. And once we enable the strategy, I'll show you how it works. This was taken at 9:32 yesterday. So 9:32 just kicks in, and it pops in short. The market just opened, and we're looking to get into our profit window. Remember the profit window I explained? Once this trade comes within 25 ticks of my profit target, which is 100 ticks, my stop is going to fly down and lock in 50 ticks of profit like it did just there. So now that my profit window has kicked in, I cannot lose on this trade. My worst case scenario at this point is that the price is going to come back and nick my stop, and I'm going to make $250. However, if price continues and goes down further, and at that time of the morning, remember, we got really great volume. You can see I'm at 2,000 contracts a minute, and the market's flying right now. So we just need a few more ticks to go all the way. And boom, and it goes right through. And we hit the power play. A full winner is $500. And when we do it across 3 accounts or 5 accounts, that $500 winning trade can be, times 5 or times 10 or times however many prop accounts that you have. And during this live stream, we had about 10 or 15 members of our community that are also running this system that were also loving that trade because everybody hit at the same time on that power play trade. And that's what I really, that's really what gets me the most excited about this trading journey is seeing our members being successful on these trades as well. And that beautiful power play trade, everybody hit it, and we had a great week this week. For the month of March 1st through April 30th, we were at $6,550 on the power play. What have you done for me lately? Not a great month for May. Not a great month for May. For May, for the month, it was 2,774. Okay. Not a losing month, just under 3,000, not too shabby, but it wasn't our best month. So 2,700, just under $3,000 from May 1st to May 31st, trading the power play on YouTube. So that's the what have you done for me lately. Give me just a minute. My slide deck seems to have froze up here. Okay. Okay, so the special offer that we're going to make, stick around. You're going to want to hear this. It's going to include our prop trading templates. The prop trading templates, what I'm referring to here, is we have customized templates for our prop traders. Listen, it's important to know that these bots can trade a live account and they can trade a prop account. It makes no difference. But if you are a prop trader, we have these templates that are called, or these bots that are called one-day pass. You see, the prop firm, the first stage of having a prop account is being able to pass what they call the evaluation. It's first, I get a lot of questions about prop accounts, and I'm not going to take a lot of time, but I do want to say this, and it's important to know, because if you're not familiar with prop accounts, there's a little bit of a misunderstanding. You don't have to be a professional trader. In fact, you don't need any experience at all. In order to qualify for a prop account, there's a few countries that you can't live in, that they just don't service you if you live in certain countries. The second prerequisite is that you can pay for the evaluation. And that's it. There are no pre-qualifications whatsoever. If you have a pulse and you don't live in one of the banned countries, you can trade a prop account, okay? Don't be intimidated. You can go right to their website and pay 15 or 20 bucks and get a $50,000 prop account, okay? I just want you to know that. A lot of people that I speak to, they're a little intimidated, and they don't have a full understanding of what it takes to get a prop account. And that's what it takes, basically nothing. So today's special offer is going to include the templates that we've customized to pass your evaluations. Once we get you past the evaluation, then we're going to pivot to a strategy or a bot that's more sustainable. It's going to sustain your funding and get you to the promised land. And what I mean by the promised land is the payouts. Everybody that trades these prop accounts, that's the golden ticket. You want to get the payouts. That's what we're all striving for. That's the ultimate goal, okay? So we're going to provide you with templates that are going to do both. Get you past the evaluation, and once you get past the evaluation, we're going to provide you with these templates. They're going to help you get payouts. You're also going to join us on YouTube. We're going to invite you, and we hope that you'll join us. You see, I trade this system every morning on YouTube, God willing. God willing. Every morning, Monday through Friday, we look to make anywhere from $250 to $500 a day. We're not trying to break the bank, okay? We're not going for home runs. That's not how we're succeeding. The way we're succeeding is pretty much how David Wise and David Kushner do it. We're winning by hitting singles with some doubles and triples mixed in. Don't get me wrong. When we hit a full winner, 100 ticks, is a nice trade. However, we're happy with a 250 trade, and we'll stop trading at that point. So we're looking to make $250 to $500 a day. From January 15th to May 30th, I've been able, thanks to the Power Play automated bot, I've been able to put $32,660 in profits in my prop accounts. I can go in and take a payout anytime that I want. Okay, but my plan is I want to scale up. See, once you build up that prop account, your trailing threshold stops at a certain point, and then any additional equity you add, it gives you cushion. It provides you cushion so you can level up, you can scale up. So now, now that I have some more cushion in those prop accounts, I can start trading 2 contracts or maybe even 3 contracts and start making even more money by scaling up without risking any of my own capital. So over the course of the last 4 months, January 15th to May 30th, the profits have been $32,660, which, let me tell you, for me is a miracle, an absolute miracle. We're getting payouts. Not only are we getting payouts, but our members are getting payouts. In fact, just this week, Judy, one of our members who's really living the life, she's able to travel the world. I think now she's in Hong Kong, and she's in every couple of weeks she's in another section of the world, and she's trading these bots, and she's getting payouts through Apex, and she's really another one of our success stories. Her name is Judy, who's also getting payouts just this week through Apex. God, this thing is really acting up on me. Okay, so some of our other members that are doing well, Simon from overseas. If you're not in the US, don't worry. We've got members from every country of the world. We have Rao in India, people in South Africa. We have people in Australia, really all over the world. The UK, Steve Cherry's doing well. Ron Nettles, Ron N, he's been with our company, oh my God, longer than me. He's a Vietnam vet. He made 10 grand trading our gold bot. We've got a really nice diversification of instruments that we trade. And sometimes gold gives us some beautiful trades. Suzanne is a leader in our community. She's extremely knowledgeable and very willing to give a helping hand. If somebody has a question, she's one of the first people to answer, and her information is always spot on. She's an excellent trader. In fact, she's getting ready to quit her full-time job to becoming a full-time trader. And she gives credit and thanks to this AI auto trader and these automated bots here at Right Line Trading. Another success story. So here's the special offer. The special offer, stick around, hang on, don't jump the gun. Let me go through my special offer. The AI auto trader, this is what we normally offer the AI for. Normally for the monthly, and what's included in this offer, I refer to it as the full Monty. The full Monty is all of our chart templates. I refer to it as our discretionary trading system. All of the chart templates that have beautiful indicators. Beautiful indicators. Jeez. I'm really sorry. Oh man, where did I go? Okay, beautiful indicator. The discretionary trading system is included. All of the automated bots, the full portfolio, all of the prop templates are all included. All one-day passes and PA accounts. Everything is included. You're also going to be able to trade with us live on YouTube every morning. We're going to install the system immediately, so you're up and ready to go before the end of the weekend. And you're going to be part of our Discord chat group. We're going to run a 50% sale. For the monthly membership, it's normally $11.98. With the 50% off, it's $5.99 a month. Our annual membership, which is really a much better value, normally it's $29.98. For the weekend sale, we're going to discount it by 50%, and it's $14.99 per year. So for the entire year, it's really a great value. For an entire year, if you divide it by the 12 months of the year, it breaks down to about 115 or 20 bucks a month. You've got the full portfolio of strategies. You're going to be in Discord. You're going to have Charles and our team holding your hand and providing you with all of the resources and assistance you need. Trading with us live on YouTube. And you're going to have one of the most sophisticated, powerful bot systems that's available out there for about 115 bucks per month. It's a great buy. The best value, of course, and if you're somebody that just doesn't like recurring payments or subscriptions, is the lifetime membership. The lifetime membership, it's important to know. Right now, there are no ongoing maintenance fees. And if you purchase the bot now or prior to today, you'll never pay any additional fees. There will be no ongoing maintenance fees. However, this isn't a sustainable business practice. And there's going to come a time where the new members will be mandated to pay an ongoing maintenance fee to support our staff. It's just the way business is. However, it's important to know if you come aboard this weekend, you will never pay an ongoing maintenance fee. Okay, so we're going to knock off 50%. Normally it's $49.99. It's going to be normally it's $59.99. Now it's going to be $29.99 on the weekend special. Now this was the sale that we normally do, which is a very good offer. But listen, in our morning meeting this morning, we just came off of Memorial Day and we had a blowout sale. I mean, a bigger sale than we do for Black Friday. And, you know, coming so close on the heels of that blowout sale, I begged and begged to be able to offer that again. And I was able to get my way. And my request was honored. So I said all of that to tell you that this weekend we're going to do it again. Okay. The lifetime is not going to be $29.99. The lifetime is going to be $19.99. Okay. To own this powerhouse of a system for your entire life for $19.99. Let me tell you something. The Black Friday price isn't going to beat this. This is the best price that you'll ever find on this AI auto trader. I'm going to give you a coupon code, and only you attendees are going to have it. It's $500 discount. If I go to my website at rightlinetrading.com and go to the trading systems, you could see the one-time payment is $29.99. However, if I click on the sign up button, what I'm going to do, where the price is at now is at $24.99. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in the coupon code $500 and then discount. $500 discount and apply the coupon. And what that's going to do, it's going to drop the price to $19.99. Okay, $19.99. You're going to get the full Monty, all the prop trading templates, no ongoing maintenance fees. $19.99 one time. You'll own it for life. Just use coupon code $500 discount at checkout. All right. I see there are a lot of questions in the chat box, and I'm going to do my best to get to them. But listen, if I don't get to your question, it's not out of disrespect. I kind of went over my time. So if you have a question that I haven't gotten to, please put your name and your number in the chat box. I'd love to give you a call. I'll do my best to answer your questions. I'm very familiar with all of the products and services here at Right Line Trading. I'll do my best to answer any questions that you have. Please put your name and your number in the chat box. And my associate Brock is going to put the link to place your order if you are interested. And I just want to close by showing you our Discord chat group. This is Apex's. But we have a beautiful server here in Discord that all of our members collaborate, and they talk about what's working, what's not working in the general chat. We have a user's guide that's absolutely beautiful. It's illustrated. It has a table of contents. It goes through everything from the time you place your order, how to get into the Discord chat group, to how to run the system. Everything is in writing. It's a beautiful user's manual. We have tutorial videos. Every Wednesday, we do another onboarding class where Charles will show you how to use it, set it up, the best practices, and most importantly, answer your questions. All of those weekly customer training sessions are all recorded. Every day we tell you which bots are trading the best. We give you the daily results on a daily basis. We have prop trading resources, coupon codes, resources, improvement ideas. One of my favorite channels is this strategy collaboration. We have members in our community that are really professional at optimizing these bots, and they'll optimize them and they'll share them with our community. And there's some of our best bots. That's where they start, is right in this strategy collaboration channel. You download them and add them right to your workspace and run them in sim, and you'll be amazed. You'll be amazed at how well some of these run. So let me get to just a couple of these questions. Srini, hey Srini. Srini asks, good question, Srini. Srini asks, what is the monthly or ongoing fee or yearly fee if we go with the lifetime membership? Srini, let me re-emphasize that the main benefit right now of the lifetime membership is that there will be no ongoing fees. So to answer your question, the short answer is zero. Come aboard this weekend, you'll never pay an ongoing fee. Zero, Srini. Now, I also want to be fully transparent with you. If you wait on this and you don't come aboard at this time, in the very near future, I'm not going to say it's going to be next week, but in the future, there will be, and you will be grandfathered in. If you do it now or you've purchased prior to today, you'll never have an ongoing fee. In the future, we've already discussed we will probably have to have a maintenance fee only for the new members to be able to continue to provide the level of support that we're doing. And when I say the level of support, let me show you something real quick. If you look at our Trustpilot, our ratings here, with exception to Dean Hanley, and Dean Hanley is, you have to take what he said. Just know that Dean Hanley is what, he has the Titans and he's promoting another vendor. So he has a vested interest. And this is what he does. He tries to throw mud on other vendors, which, to me is very unprofessional. But you could see out of 125 reviews or 124 reviews, we have a 4.6 rating. We're never going to be able to make everybody happy. Nobody can. There's always going to be somebody that's unhappy, and we understand that. But the vast majority of people are finding that they love the system and they get incredible support with right line trading. And I think that really says a lot. Young Gord. All right, Young Gord. I'll send you that discounted link. Yeah, man, we've been doing great, Young Gord. All right. So I want to end with this. I'm going to end with one last slide. Boy, I've really mucked up this PowerPoint. The slide I wanted to end with is this one here, because I think it's important to know. If you've purchased a bot from another vendor, like Gary Sparks has been a member with Rightline for years. And Young Gord, how long do I know Young Gord? I must know Young Gord for at least a decade. For as long as I remember working for Rightline Trading, I've known Young Gord. And that's just a testament that we build relationships here long term. But Gary Sparks had purchased bots from countless other vendors, some good, some bad. And a gentleman in YouTube asked him, hey, what has been, your experience with these bots? And Gary tells him that he's purchased bots from all of these other vendors that you see listed here on my slide. But what he says was what he found was that RLT, that's right line trading, our bots are superior to our competitors. And listen, it's not a mystery why. The reason why our bots are superior to our competitors are because of the technology that we're leveraging. It's because Mark Miller, when he bought the company, invested a lot of resources. I'm not going to say an amount, but a significant amount of the company's resources to upgrade our technology. Okay. And that's been the game changer. So listen, being a trader, I know I must have blown out a dozen trading accounts, and I know how difficult it is. These bots have been a game changer in my trading career. If you've blown out accounts in the past, if you've purchased bots that just didn't work, I come really with a message of hope today and with the lowest price of the year on a solution that I really believe to be viable. So I hope everybody has a blessed weekend. Gord, I'm going to send you over that link. And if you have any questions, please put your name or your number in that chat box, or you could simply just give me a call. As soon as I get a drink of water, I'm going to give you a call back. Thanks again, everybody. Have a blessed weekend. God willing, we'll see you on Monday morning on YouTube. Please come join us on YouTube live stream. Monday, 9:15 a.m. We're having a heck of a great time. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Al.